take this with you. Oh, look out! Austin can take his ball and go home. As far as I'm concerned, this is home.
Less than 48 hours after the unprecedented public burial of Steve Austin on Confidential, in a situation that took a major unexpected turn on Saturday morning, with Austin again making headlines for the wrong reasons hours before the story aired at 11:30 p.m. on TNN. If there was any doubt on if the issue is a work or shoot, the company took another step to make it clear just as Raw went on the air with any footage of Austin edited out of the Raw opening video. With the company, while explaining the situation to the TV audience in the Confidential show, drawing a 1.2 rating, looking to follow up on it in front of the wider Raw audience with the talked about comments from Vince McMahon and Jim Ross filmed last Thursday, hyped for the show tonight, with Vince, who along with JR closed the door on any potential Austin return for the foreseeable future, with him taken out of any future advertised appearance set to address the crowd and put a closure on the issue. With Raw after opening the first quarter below the 3 rating range for the first time in years for a King of the Ring qualifying match of Van Dam vs X-Pac, going 6 minutes, with Van Dam going over to advance to the pay-per-view, picking up over 800,000 viewers minutes later, with Vince McMahon coming out for the Austin story explanation in front of the live crowd, with Vince after a never-seen-before public burial of a contractual top star repeating most of the main talking points of Saturday's story to confirm to the TV audience that Austin won't be back, while making it clear that it's not part of a TV storyline, noting both times Austin walked out on a Raw TV taping in the past 3 months, saying that Austin, despite his status and contributions, should be held accountable for his actions, with him owning an apology to the company he helped build, thanking Austin to officially close his full-time wrestling run while looking ahead to a new era of the product, saying that they will develop new stars and new matches and concepts, with the first one starting on Sunday with the King of the Ring winner automatically getting an undisputed title shot at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, with the McMahon promo between 9:18 to 9:24 p.m. picking up Raw to a 3.4 rating in the second quarter, in what, instead of a closure to the issue, will just be the start of it for the night, with the chaos and uncertainty of the past week leading to a major call from McMahon, who is yet to arrive to the building. With the Saturday Confidential cover story done to write Austin off to the TV audience, the issues over the weekend translated to other aspects of business, with the Raw house show cards having to be changed on short notice with the cancellation of the planned Austin vs Guerrero main events, leading to Friday's show being headlined by a title match of Undertaker vs Van Dam, with the company a day later in San Diego sending Triple H as Austin's replacement to work the Raw brand in the main event against Taker, while moving Van Dam to a match against Eddie second from the top. And while the Austin McMahon JR drama was developing over the weekend on and off screen, in a complete contrast on the same Saturday, which turned into one of the most eventful days of the year for the company for different reasons, Rock returned to the ring for the first time since the Hogan tag in early May, headlining a special SmackDown house show against Chris Jericho in Honolulu, Hawaii. In the company's first show in the market in almost a decade, selling out the Blaisdell Arena in record time the moment Rock was officially advertised, with a massive ticket demand that could have sold out a stadium, in a show that Rock called one of the most meaningful of his career due to growing up in the area and with his grandfather Peter Maivia's history in the territory. With Raw's first hour after the lower-than-usual start picking up viewers in every quarter, with a gain of over 1.2 million viewers from 9 to 10, seeing Ric Flair coming out minutes from the top of the hour for the crossover segment to announce himself being back as a full-time wrestler on the Raw brand after blowing off the ownership angle with McMahon built in the past 8 months. About to start Flair's run as a full-time wrestler on WWF television in a decade, with him announcing that he signed a new contract to wrestle regularly on Raw, before suddenly Steve Austin's music hit to bump up the building seconds after 10 p.m. with the entire story of the past week for a few moments looking like a massive swerve before Eddie came out telling the crowd that they just heard the music for the last time, continuing to play off the legit story of the situation into the TV angle, saying that he was supposed to face Austin at King of the Ring in the highest profile match of his career before Flair ruined his opportunity, setting up the replacement with Flair vs Eddie for the pay-per-view on Sunday before bringing out Chris Benoit to hold off Eddie before turning on Flair for the same reason, saying that he waited a year to get Austin back for breaking his neck, which now won't happen, in the process turning Flair back babyface, with Benoit about to be cleared to return to the ring in the next few weeks, with the 15-minute segment jumping over 900,000 viewers to the highest-rated full quarter of the night, drawing a 4.4 rating with over 6.2 million viewers. With Vince McMahon publicly saying in several interviews over the past month that they still hope to return to the WWF name, with the company appealing the court decision while confirming as late as last Friday that they still didn't concede defeat yet, including maintaining the official company corporate name as World Wrestling Federation Incorporated despite starting the Get the F Out marketing campaign going on television since early May. The final court decision was made earlier in the day in London, with the company losing the rights to the international use of the WWF initials outside the US, all but ending the legal battle and any hope of bringing back the name, which everyone in the company from McMahon to the wrestlers to longtime viewers were hoping to maintain, with decades of history in the industry's greatest periods taking place under it, facing a battle to condition viewers on the new name for years to come, with the company already facing the repercussions of it in the past month, with a noticeable decline in viewership for both Raw and SmackDown taking place immediately following the change debuted on the May 6 Raw, with McMahon, who appeared to close the issue in the promo an hour earlier, adding another twist to the night with him getting a phone call with a hint of Steve Austin being on the way to the building to meet him in person, looking to capitalize on any potential buzz from the Austin news in a similar way to the fallout of Montreal 1997, which resulted in a massive interest spike in the product that started the company's first step to the peak of the boom period, with Raw's second hour showing a massive growth over the first to average over 6.1 million viewers in the most watched hour of Raw in over a month, seeing the continuation of the Hardys vs Taker Raw feud, in addition to him setting up the Triple H pay-per-view title match last Thursday, with Taker vs Matt Hardy placed midway through the hour to continue the gradual build-up to the eventual Taker vs Jeff match built over the past month. Booker T vs Brock Lesnar in the King of the Ring quarter-final match opened Raw's final quarter with the NWO after a backstage confrontation with Lesnar and Heyman earlier in the show, coming out to ringside, including Michaels and Nash taking over the broadcast on commentary as they used to do on two separate shows like it's 1997. Seeing Booker vs Lesnar, with the stakes now legitimately high for the King of the Ring tournament winner with the biggest drawing opportunity of his career to headline the second biggest pay-per-view of the year for the title, going 4 minutes, with Lesnar going over to advance to Sunday minutes before the big segment of the night coming up. Closing one of the most unique 48-hour periods in company history from Saturday to tonight, Vince McMahon was back out for the main event segment, building up one final confrontation with Austin before moving forward to put the story behind all involved, with the promoted he who just arrived to the building minutes before the final commercial break coming out at 10:58 p.m. with the building exploding for the returning Rock, instead making a surprise return after getting the call over the weekend to make an emergency appearance on Raw due to the circumstances, with Rock, who was originally scheduled to make his return on the July 11th SmackDown to start his major run into the summer through July and August, arriving to the building in Oakland approximately 15 minutes before his TV appearance to avoid any chance of it being reported, with him sending Vince McMahon out of the ring to address the crowd and TV viewers in the ring alone, as Rock in his first promo back since the biggest media tour of his career for his first lead role in The Scorpion King, in addition to it also being his first TV appearance under the WWE name, not only picking up right where he left off in April but coming back straight into peak Rock standards with an all-time great performance in a memorable promo designed as a morale-lifting speech to viewers and the locker rooms of both brands to put the final closure on the Austin situation and move the company past it, while announcing himself for the King of the Ring pay-per-view in an impromptu appearance in 6 days as an extra boost to get the company back on track despite not having a clear role on the show. With perhaps the most talked about line in the promo scene, Rock dropping the final bomb on Austin after the past weekend, telling anyone who doesn't want to be in the company to follow Austin home and get the F out. With Rock's promo going over 8 minutes past 11 p.m. spiking big in the overrun with the segment despite Rock coming out unadvertised, gaining over 900,000 viewers in minutes to Raw's highest rated segment in over a month, drawing a 4.8 rating with over 6.8 million viewers in the most watched segment on a Raw broadcast since the first WWE show on May 6, heading into the pay-per-view on Sunday.